Good morning, and welcome to the third annual Beyond the Pantry Fundraiser. It's okay to clap. My name is Frank Kitchen. It is an honor to once again be your host today as we showcase the mission of Nourish Phoenix and the people that we serve. Now, today we're here in beautiful downtown Phoenix at Anderson Hall here at St. Francis Xavier Parish and School. And we have some people who are joining us live and in person again, and then there are a few people who are joining us online. So we've got some virtual people too, so let's go ahead and give a big round of applause for the people who are joining us from at home or in their offices. Now, no matter where you're joining us this morning, we're all here for the same reason, to support Nourish Phoenix. And today's event would not be possible without the support of our sponsors. So we have Arizona Discount Appliance. We've got Desert Diamond Casino. Snell and Wilmer. Sprouts Farmers Market. Rob and Melanie Walton Foundation. LaVidge. United Healthcare. And Western Alliance Bank. We also have a special thanks to Bill and Ann Hemelt for underwriting the cost of this beautiful venue. Now, we've also got some special people who are here who volunteer their time to help Nourish Phoenix accomplish their mission. And I'm going to ask just if they could stand up right now. We'd like to thank our board of directors for their dedicated work for making this mission possible. So can our board please stand up right now? Awesome. Now for everyone here and everyone out there in virtual land, I've got a question for you. You know that we're a food bank, but we're a food and clothing bank. And many of you, whether it be on your table right here or the packet that you received at home, you're probably wondering, what is it? So I'm here to ask you to go ahead and look at everything on the table right now. You have a placemat, you have a program that's going to explain to you what to expect this morning, and there's also going to be a pledge card for donations, and I'm going to get to that a little bit later. But to get things going, I've got a very special person I'm going to bring up right now to explain a little bit more about our mission. Please put your hands together and help me welcome our board chair, Pam Frankel.
Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to add my own brief welcome to each of you for coming this morning. The values of Nourish Phoenix remain that we believe that no matter the situation, each individual should have hope and dignity when facing the extreme adversity that life hands us. We believe that each clothing, each piece of food, each item received is one by one changing the world for good. That purpose is what drives us to be the organization that we are, and it is a purpose that I believe in wholeheartedly. In my professional life, I lead an organization dedicated to creating access for kids to receive the best education available. We support first-generation students through college graduation, and I've been doing this work for more than 20 years. Now, I know you didn't get up early to hear me talk about my professional work, but it does lead me to Nourish Phoenix. What I have realized over the years is that no matter the ability, work ethic, motivation, or personal goals, none of it is possible if basic needs are not met. Nourish Phoenix meets families when they are at their most vulnerable. All clients are treated with dignity as they arrive to discover all that Nourish Phoenix can offer them. Beyond the Pantry is not just a clever name for our annual fundraiser. It is our way of leading clients to a brighter tomorrow. This morning, you're going to hear some inspiring stories from our clients, learn about our programming, and see our vision for the future. I do want to take just a minute to recognize a few other important people. Our mission is made possible with generous support from the community, but none of it is possible without the dedication of our staff. Beth, Mary, Francisco, Kat, McKenna, Sandra, Anaí, Jacinto, Carlos, and Irvin. Thank you for the remarkable dedication. The remarkable dedication you have to our mission. Your commitment to show up, be creative, and meet our clients where they are is an immeasurable gift. Your compassion, gratitude, and curiosity have elevated Nourish Phoenix to a new level. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for your tireless efforts and tremendous positive impact. We also would not be gathered together in community today if it were not for this amazing staff. So please, another round of applause for Nourish Phoenix staff. Thank you all for joining us this morning, and I hope you enjoy the program. Oh, I'm going to straw on your paper.
Awesome. All right. By a show of hands, has anyone actually been to the Nourish Phoenix location? Got a few people. If you're at home raising your hand, that's good too. Have any of you here, just by a show of hands, have you ever seen one of our food boxes? Oh, awesome. Well, some of you who have not seen our food boxes are probably asking, what's inside of it? Well, when you do have time, if you haven't been, I'm going to invite you personally to come down to the Nourish Phoenix location. Our offices are newly renovated offices thanks to the Virginia Piper Trust, so you can come down and check that out. But we're going to invite you down to see the food that we actually provide for our clients or our customers. And you're going to be pleasantly surprised by what you see. Because right now, 1 in 5 kids are living below the poverty line. That means less than $28,000 a year for a family of 4. And today we're going to ask you to partner with Nourish Phoenix to help provide, as we said earlier, hope, dignity for the people who we serve in our community. And this all happens just by providing the services such as a healthy meal to those people. Now, over the last few months, we invited multiple chefs from around the valley to participate in creating innovative dishes directly from what's available in our food boxes. We like to call the campaign Thinking Inside the Box. It's okay to laugh today, people. It's okay. But what it does is it educates our customers on different ways to cook the ingredients, because many times people are given this box of food and like, what do I do with it? So with the program, we're bringing awareness to the nature of food scarcity in our community, you know, the insecurity that it causes, and we want to dismiss some of those misconceptions as to what it's like to visit a food pantry, because many people don't show up because there's a little, you know, perception of like, I don't want to have anybody see me there. So we're trying to break that down, and today we're going to break that down by showing you what is possible. So for the second year in a row, we've got a very special gentleman with us today. We have Chef Jeff Krause. Go ahead and give him a big round of applause. He is the owner of Crate Bar in Tempe, Arizona, and he's actually joined us today. He's actually in the back cooking, so I'm going to make sure I bring him out here in a little bit. But today, he's invited a few of his chef colleagues to demonstrate the tasty meals that can be created from one of our Nourish Phoenix food boxes. So if you're a foodie, let's see, anybody? And you watch Food TV, or maybe you watch the Food Network, then you've probably seen Jeff, you know, on Chopped or other Food Network shows. So I'll let you know later on if you want to get a picture with Jeff. He's there in the back. But I want you to pay attention right now to the screen behind me or your screen at home and witness what Jeff whipped up this year from one of our food boxes.
We've got broccoli and cauliflower. We've got some fresh celery. Let's put that in front of us. Tuber root vegetable no matter what season you're in, you can get sweet potatoes any time of the year. These are beautiful to work with for sweet and savory. Let's keep this to the side. We'll definitely use these today. Oh, there's so many opportunities we can do in here. Wheels are turning. You've got, let's see what this is. Okay, chicken breast, skinless, boneless. A lot of different things you can do with this. This has got my wheels turning here. Let's set this to the side. Right, everything that we're gonna do to make the sauce, everything that we're gonna do to bring some aromatics in it. Let's go ahead and get started on the sauce. You got a pan. Let's just get it on low to medium heat. But let's go ahead and start with the aromatics first. Let's just cut the tops of these onions off. Just keeps getting better and better. Adding the cream and the butter does need a little bit of salt. Salt back in there. Build a little bit more flavor in there. We're gonna do the curry. The heat factor is good. Again, taste as you go. Adjust the recipe how you see fit. If you want something blazing hot, add more chili. If you want something super sweet, add more of those sweet peppers. And it's a playful version, a Southwestern style version of a butter chicken. If you have regular potatoes, you can use russet. The idea is to get these peeled. Do about 3. This is gonna be a portion good for 4 or 6 people. Fritters, same, 4 or 6. A half cup, 3/4 of a cup of flour. Just enough to bind it together so we can form little patties. Let's do that. Yep, let's get them into mounds. You're talking a half an ounce portions. But just make little balls, little formal balls. When you see the fritter bubble up and you start seeing it kind of crisp up on the side, that's when you know your temperature's at the right temp. I'm a dessert guy. I don't think a meal is complete without a dessert. So let's make something utilizing this bread. There's a lot of bread in here. We're gonna make a custard base utilizing some of the canned milk, the evaporated milk and the sweetened condensed milk that we have. We're gonna soak the bread rolls in it. We'll pan fry it. We can take the bananas, the citrus, put it in the same pan, just get some caramelization on it. Top that on that fried bread, and you got yourself a delicious dessert, which also could be used for breakfast as well. So let's get started. The audience goes crazy. So golden brown versus, it's a difference. Can you guys edit that color? That would be great. TV Magic, you guys are the best. We're just gonna play with the Tostios. Yeah, you can have a bowl of cereal, chop up your bananas, you can have some mint in it or whatever, have a fancy bowl of cereal, or you can just get creative and have fun with this. And this is what my cooking is all about, is having fun, having no waste, making sure everything is used, making sure everything makes sense when you're cooking with it. And also having fun. Knowing the basic recipes, having your mise en place, having your organization, that's important. Recipes are important, but it's most important is to have fun and make sure that you have, like I said, no waste in the boxes that Nourish Phoenix gives you. There's a lot of great stuff in there, and there's a lot of fun stuff to do. So let's have some fun with some Tostios. So we're gonna serve this with we're gonna serve the Tostio donut holes with a little bite of honey, but if you have some jam, put the jam on the side. That's a banana, strawberry, that's oats. It's a delicious bite full of everything great. These boxes are always full of just great stuff. Nourish Phoenix does a really good job with working with the partners that they have to make sure that these boxes are full and nourishing.
So how awesome was that? Yeah, so like big round of applause for Jeff again as he's hanging out in the back here. He's providing the crepes. Now, if you don't know this, Jeff actually volunteers his time with Nourish Phoenix. So he's not just here today, he's always working side by side with the team to, just help us out, not only with what he showed there on screen, but the breakfast that you were having this morning. And I gotta let you know, I'm not a professional chef. I'm going to go off cue here for a second. I'm not a professional chef. I do play one at home. Last name's Kitchen. But did Jeff have a little slip up there? I'm like, Jeff, was there an issue with the French toast? I mean, I'm not sure. Was it starting to turn into Cajun French toast? I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm like, I know you want us to cut it out, but we just want to show people that even professionals, for everybody watching all this at home, because how many of you right now are a little intimidated when you watch Jeff cook? How many of you feel better now when you saw that he actually had a little bit of a mess up? Yeah, so there's a little bit of encouraging there. So I just want to let you know, even the professionals mess up, but the thing is, the people that we work with, we gotta let them know too. You don't have to be perfect, right? You don't have to be perfect to take care of your family, to feed your family. All you have to do is make sure that you're putting that passion in to make sure that you are providing the best not only for yourself, but for your family. And for us, some of the people providing the best for us are our volunteers. And volunteers comes in, when I say volunteers, they do come in different forms, but volunteering comes in different forms also. We have people who volunteer their time. We have people who volunteer their treasures, and we have people who volunteer their talents. And our mission would not be possible without our volunteers. This summer, I had an opportunity to bring my kids down to the offices to actually witness Volunteer Appreciation Day at the Nourish Phoenix offices. I can let you know right now, when you see all these people put their time and effort in, just out of the caring and the deepness of their heart to change lives, I mean, it is amazing. So big round of applause for our volunteers. Now, this lunch wasn't possible because, or the lunch was possible, but the lunch was held because we understand that our mission is not possible without our volunteers. And in our next video, what we're going to do is I'm going to introduce you to two of our volunteers, Danielle and Adana, and they spent time not only volunteering at Nourish Phoenix, but they have volunteered in every area that you could possibly volunteer. So let's learn a little bit more about what it's like to volunteer at Nourish Phoenix.
Hi, I'm Danielle Shepard. I volunteer here at Nourish Phoenix. I have done everything from online collection of things to donating personally, working in the food bank, working in the clothing room, making hygiene kits. What have you done?
I'm Adana Shajai. I like volunteering here at Nourish Phoenix, and I've done many things here. I've banded the diapers, I've made hygiene kits, I've been in the clothing room. I think the only thing I haven't done is the food pantry.
So I originally got involved with Nourish through another company that I work for called Only Human. And Only Human is a community organization that partners with different nonprofit partners every month and gives back to those nonprofit partners. Well, since we're based here in Phoenix, we wanted to make a connection with a local nonprofit that we could continue to come back to and support and really see the things that were happening in our community. I also am a homeschool teacher. This is my student, and we talked about what are ways that we can show up for our community. Well, I already had friends here at Nourish. I was already here, so we decided to come. She has a great time coming, gets to talk with a lot of different people, learn a lot of different skills, and really just give back to the community.
I don't know, it's just thrilling to just come here. I like talking to all the people here. They're really nice and stuff like that.
And when we bring donations, we do that a lot when we come here, right? And I remember the first time when we both brought a ton of stuff that was our own, and it actually was sorted and it was put out there in the clothing room. And you brought what? A whole bunch of poppets and
just toys that I didn't use.
Toys that were just sitting around. And I know for me personally, that feeling of someone picking the clothes that were in my closet that I probably haven't worn in years, and them being excited about it and being able to fold those clothes and hand them over to that individual was super cool. How did you feel about when the kids were playing with your toys?
It was really cool to see how like happy some kids were with the toys that I like never used in a long time, and it was just really nice to see that some people really like the stuff that I gave them. If you just have stuff that you don't use and you never like wear it or you never play with it, it's always like some people's trash is another person's treasure. Like you can see so many other people be happy with it, so just put it in a box or a bag and just bring it over to Nourish Phoenix. And then also, if, like Danielle said, if you have some spare time, just come and volunteer with us. We'll let you know what to do, and there's plenty of things you can do here.
As you can see in that video, it shows that it doesn't matter how old or how young you are, everyone can make a difference. Now, some of you may remember during COVID, the National Guard had to come in and volunteer to help us for over 18 months. But we're here this morning to let you know that we need your help. Yes, we're going to ask you for money in a little bit, but more importantly, we'd love for you to share your time with us. We have, I can say thousands, I'm going to say thousands, right? We have thousands of opportunities to volunteer with Nourish Phoenix. And we have opportunities every day of the week, Monday through Friday. So my question for all of you right now, are you interested? Is there anybody here who would like to volunteer? If you can volunteer, to say yes. Yes. All right, thank you so much. So in front of you is a placemat, and on that placemat or at home, you can go to nourishphoenix.org. You can go to our website, you're going to find out different opportunities to where you can volunteer and be a resource for us. There's also a table for everybody here in person. There's a table in the back of the room. There's a young lady back there waving at you. You can go back there and go to that table. You can find out the opportunities to volunteer. More importantly, you probably have a network of family and friends who aren't with you today. It's amazing to bring them down to volunteer also. I've actually brought my kids down. So there's opportunities where even the kids can get involved. If you've got kids who are in high school and do community service projects, bring them down to Nourish Phoenix. There's so many different ways that you can help us out. And then for those of you, once again, watching online, go to nourishphoenix.org. I'll say it one more time. We'll see if we can put it on the bottom here. Go to nourishphoenix.org, and you'll see a spot on there to where you can volunteer and sign up also. Now, if you haven't figured it out, Nourish Phoenix is all about community. And to share more about the community we create with our customers and our volunteers, please put your hands together and help me welcome our Executive Director, Beth Fiorenza.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I like that. I have to say I'm not a morning person, so I'm so impressed with all of you visiting this morning and spending your time with us. I know time is precious, so thank you so much. I promised my son critiqued the speech, and his one critique was that he was not in the speech. So hello, Luke. Go to school and turn off your phone. Good. And hi, Mom. I had to do that too. She's online. So I'm Beth Fiorenza. I'm Executive Director of Nourish Phoenix, and today is a day of thanks. Really, my whole message is thanking everyone here and everybody that supports us. It's been an interesting year at Nourish Phoenix. In January, we finished our renovations of the first floor. So if you haven't been over, come over for a tour. It's an amazing space now. It's welcoming, inviting, it's bright, and it's really awesome. So I invite you to visit our resource table. Kat is in the back. You can sign up and you can come over or just email us. I've been at Nourish Phoenix for almost 5 years, and it's so inspiring to think about what we've accomplished in such little time. I have to thank the board of directors. There's former board here, there's current board, and they support the organization constantly all the time. I have the fancy title, but I've never worked for a better board. And I'm not just saying that because they're my bosses. They're a group of volunteers who listen, grow together, and make Nourish Phoenix what it is today, and we're a stronger organization for it. Not only the board, but the staff. The staff are the best team of people that I've ever worked with. We're small and mighty. We're only about 10 right now. And I have to mention Stephen. So no offense, Stephen. I worked with Stephen for 6 years. You were great to work with, Stephen. We have 2 staff here today, Mary and Kat. They do an amazing job. All of our other staff is at the office working, and we have 2 staff that have been with us for over 10 years, and that's really something to say when you work in a nonprofit. Francisco and Jacinto, and I know they're probably watching in the lobby, so good job. I've never had a more dedicated team, and it's great to work at Nourish Phoenix. I had the dream of making our facility a community hub. We even put it in our mission statement. When I got to Nourish Phoenix, I started reaching out to other nonprofits to provide their services at our location, but I could only do so much. And now we have Kat, who's in the back. She's our program director. Kat has made that dream a reality. In less than 6 months, Kat has put together a full calendar each month of classes, workshop, and partners. Yeah. And I know some of you are here today, and so thank you for partnering with us. You make the world of difference, and you make it fun to come to work. Everything from medical services, to haircuts, to financial education, to cultural experiences now in the office. So why do we do this? This brings me to our customer. We serve very low-income families who may not have transportation. Some walk, ride the bus, take their bike to get to us. When I say they're low income or below the poverty level, I'm talking about the federal poverty guidelines, where the majority of our families make less than $30,000 a year. Our families work multiple jobs, cannot work maybe due to a disability, or are grandparents raising grandchildren. Imagine adding a few children when you're only making about $800 a month. This is before inflation hit Arizona, the highest at 13% in any state, and expenses have increased for housing, food, and gas. We have heard of rent prices doubling or even tripling for many of those we serve, forcing them to move. And this puts a strain on families living paycheck to paycheck. We are seeing more and more people that have to reach out for help who never had to before. Think about what would you do if you had to choose between paying for your rent or mortgage or paying for dinner for your children. We know it's really hard to ask for help. And so many people come in and ask for help. About year-old stats say there's 1 in 6 living in poverty in Phoenix, but I predict that's gotten worse, probably about 1 in 4. So think about that for a minute. 1 in 4, that's 25%. Our daily food pantry services, we're seeing about 125 to 175 families per day. That's why we're here. We help people who need it, and they know they can come to our facility to meet their basic needs, but also pursue their long-term dreams in our Job and Resource Center. This is where you come in. Many people ask me where our funding comes from, and they may assume it's government or other, but it's you. It's the individual donor. It's all of you here today. It's all of you online. Every dollar counts, whether it's $5 or $5,000. The board's responsible for our financial stability, and we have staff to execute the goals created at our board retreat. We have diversified our funding over the years to corporate foundations, our churches and congregations, a little bit of government, yes, and you. We want you to know that as an organization, we are strong, sustainable, and continue to be accountable to you, our donors. A couple of years ago, our board chair, Mark, said he wanted our budget to be $1 million. And I thought he was crazy. I think back then it was about 600,000. So we've reached that milestone this past year. Thanks to Mary, our development director. Where are you, Mary? Mary does, yeah. Mary does an awesome job with just about everything regarding funding. And our board writes the thank you notes. So thank the board for doing that, because that's pretty awesome. We are doing more. We're serving more people. We have more programming. And still we have 10 staff. I have to thank the sponsors today. We can't do this work without you. Most that sponsored today stepped up during COVID and remain with us today, and that's pretty awesome. I have to thank the Virginia G. Piper Charitable Trust for the renovations, because without them, they wouldn't have happened. And so that's pretty awesome too. Their support still continues. So what's going on in the future? So we haven't stopped dreaming and thinking and planning. We're growing, and we have plans to do more with our space. With funding in the bank for an elevator and to increase our electrical supply to activate our second floor. And some of you probably don't know we even have a second floor. The dream is to create a social enterprise project to generate funding, but also support our mission of no one going to bed hungry. I'm excited to announce that we have started working with Local First, a partner nonprofit, to write a business plan to create a commercial kitchen. This would mean not only providing additional food for our pantry, but also being able to teach and provide affordable space for someone to start their own business and break the cycle of poverty. Lastly, the videos today feature many talented local chefs in our community. Jeff Krause is here today, as we all know. And I have to thank Consultant, our social media website marketing company, for introducing us to multiple chefs that you'll see today in the videos upcoming. They created partnerships that will really last a lifetime. I'm proud to call Jeff my friend and neighbor. His restaurant is about 2 miles from my house. And I have to admit that even though my husband makes me coffee in the morning, I stop at Crate Bar to get my coffee and see Chef T in the back as well. All the chefs today have given their time and efforts to help not only Nourish Phoenix bring awareness to food insecurity, but show all of us that anyone, including me and all of you, can create some pretty awesome meals with the ingredients of a Nourish Phoenix food box. I say a Nourish Phoenix food box because all food boxes are not equal. We have an opportunity this year to purchase fresh food, including meat, dairy, produce, and we strive to always have a balanced and nutritious box. The Brickyard, one of the restaurants you'll see in the video upcoming, currently has a dinner special to support Nourish Phoenix as well. So the chefs not only spend their time, but they're also supporting Nourish Phoenix in their restaurants. So if you feel like a new adventure in eating, try any of the restaurants shown today and eat local. The Crate Bar, the Hidden House, the Brickyard, and the Larder, and the Delta. So much talent there, and I tell you, I think I've eaten multiple times at all locations, and it's so delicious. So please eat local and go visit the restaurants that are supporting us today. Our volunteers, last but not least, our volunteers are the backbone of the organization. They are an extension of our staff and continue to help us provide services on a daily basis. There are too many to name, but we need more. So if you're interested, please come on down and check out what you can do to help at Nourish Phoenix. The holidays are right around the corner, so we've started our holiday toy drive as well as our Thanksgiving food drive. So those opportunities are available as well. I thank you for the opportunity to serve at Nourish Phoenix. Thank you for providing your time, your talents, your treasures. You truly make a difference. And thank you for spending time with us this morning. Take your flow.
Oh, you're good. Another round of applause for Beth. Now, if you heard Beth talking about the food drive and the toy drive and everything going, with the holidays coming up, I'm going to share a little secret I found out about Nourish Phoenix. You can actually talk to your neighborhood or go to your workplace, and you can actually put together your very own food or toy drive, collect everything either at your home or at your workplace, and then call Beth up, and they actually will send a truck out to pick it up. So I know we've done this in our neighborhood where we just ask everybody to drop everything off at our house, especially if the holidays come up. People are just trying to clean their house up, or even at the New Year. That's something that all of you can do here and that you can do at home. Gather everything up and then call Nourish Phoenix and watch amazing things happen. But now, Beth keeps talking about these local restaurants over and over again and how good the food is. So who's ready for some more tasty cooking demonstrations? Well, I'm going to introduce you to a couple more of our Think Inside the Box chefs. We have Nick Gibbs and Brent Tratton. Let me make sure I say it right. Both chefs have made delicious recipes from a food box. Let's see what they've been cooking up.
Hi, I'm Chef Nick here with the Brickyard Downtown, located in downtown Chandler. Today I was challenged by Chef Brent over at our sister restaurant, Hidden House, to think inside the box. So provided by Nourish Phoenix. So let's go ahead and start unloading this thing. We've got some iceberg lettuce, ooh, bread. We're probably gonna toast that up, make some croutons. Especially if it goes stale, we can reuse them. Eggs, good for everything. A couple different onions. Big old melon. Oh yeah, there's plenty of food in here. Skirt steaks, definitely gonna marinate those, soften them up. Heavy cream, used for everything, and citrus. Cool. Garlic, cucumber, basil.
Hi there, I'm Chef Brent Tratton. I'm the executive chef at Hidden House. Today I'm going to be thinking inside the box, creating a healthy, delicious dish out of a Nourish Phoenix food box. Nourish Phoenix is a local nonprofit that serves our neighbors in need. I'll be thinking inside the box today by creating a very simple dish that needs very few ingredients, and then I'll be adding ingredients that I received from the box.
It's a great box. Those are nourishing items that anyone, anything can do. Let's see what I can find here. We're gonna have a whole different top here. These Cheerios, that hits close to home. Definitely, King's Hawaiian rolls, sliders. You can even do bread puddings with it. I've done that before. Those are definitely gonna come into place somewhere down the line for sure. Tomatoes, yes, that has to happen because fresh, acidic, bright. Again. September, moving in October. Fall, mushrooms for sure. That's cool. All kinds of different things. A salad, cool. Tinkerbell peppers, or mini peppers, or baby bell peppers, whatever you want to call them. These things are a staple in my house. Between myself and my kids, they're always there.
hungrier, right? I mean, they invite their friends in to show us what's going on. I mean, Beth, I don't know about you, this just kind of came to my mind, but how many people think that we should maybe like bring the chefs back in, maybe do like around Valentine's Day, some type of like, you know, beyond the pantry, inside the box, like maybe Valentine's dinner, where it's like just like a fundraiser like that, they can just kind of come in, maybe the week before, the week after, because we know that's when they make their money, so we got to make sure we don't do anything like that. But how many people think that'd be a great idea, just to go ahead and put together, yeah, see, I got some hands going up there. But, you know, I don't know, maybe it's time to start a Nourish Phoenix cooking show to kind of show people what's possible. But until that comment that I shared becomes a reality, hint, hint, I'm going to invite you now to go to nourishphoenix.org, and if your mouth is truly watering, you're going to go visit the website, and all the recipes that you've seen today, for those of you here in person, the recipes are right there in the middle of your table. But for those of you who are watching online, you can actually go to the website and you can actually find those recipes. If you can't see it right now with the camera, everybody at their table just grabbed the recipe cards. So they're looking for their favorite ones right there. So you're going to have videos full of our cooking demonstrations so you can learn what you can do with our boxes or just what you go out and shop for at home. So try them tonight, and then I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. If you try them tonight or this week, this weekend, in the future, I want you not only to cook it up, but I want you to take some videos and some pictures and make sure you share it on social media. Make sure you tag Nourish Phoenix so we can show people not only what the chefs are doing, but what you are doing too, to encourage people to support us, but also see what people can cook up. So, now that I've introduced to you well, let me do this way. I haven't introduced this person yet. I got to show a quick video. But you've heard about our mission. You've seen what we do, but I really want to introduce you to somebody who truly exemplifies what our Nourish Phoenix mission is all about. I want you to see what is possible, what can be achieved through our services. So I want you to watch this next video, and I want you to meet a very special person, and his name is Frank Gracia.
Good morning. My name is Frank Gracia. I am a ASU veteran scholar and researcher. I'm here at Nourish Phoenix, and I'm very grateful to be here and honored because this is the first place that I actually came for help. This was several years ago when I was homeless. I had heard about this location through the homeless center down the street, as well as the VA stand down at Arizona Fairgrounds. There it was when I was at my rock bottom as far as employment, health, everything imaginable had just came crumbling down because of my health, and it was very traumatic because of the fact is I was at I didn't know who to reach out to, but for some reason this was close enough to where I had resided previously at the Renaissance Park, but I was also living out of my car in downtown Phoenix, so I saw this as an opportunity to be able to come to a close place and then to come here and know that the first place I asked for help, is the one that I really needed because of the fact that the food insecurity, and it was always constant, it was always consistent, it was always positive experience here. And not only the wonderful people that I call angels, but it's knowing that you can count on them and just happy to see me, and that was something new to me. And asking for help was something that I never had experienced as a veteran. I'm a proud service-connected disabled veteran, and I we always were told to pull up ourselves with our bootstraps and adapt and overcome and expect the unexpected. But when you go to war, you don't take your health seriously, and now I do. It's taken 4 years of round-the-clock specialist referrals, and I just had several surgeries, so I've got a second chance to come back and do it the right way. They have all kinds of wonderful resources. One thing I've noticed is that they're moving forward positively and evolving into this great facility and having all these different added resources that I want to take advantage of. One of the things I saw was I noticed they're handouts and stuff like that, their flyers, they're you know, welcoming to do workshops and other resources that enhance, not taking a person and just handing them a loaf of bread, but basically it's like, you know, to get them into employment opportunities and volunteer and do things like that. One of the things I look forward to, I told Mary that I'm so honored and so grateful that I want to do, because I'm a certified ASU teaching and research assistant at ASU, and you know, I want to be able to help. I felt a part of them, and I want to be a part of them because of the fact is I don't forget where I came from, and I'm indebted. You know, I want to volunteer and show others that, you know, I've always volunteered, and they're doing what the Bible says to help, you know, the poor, the most in need, and I'm not ashamed to say that anymore. That I'm one of those participants. So I want to volunteer and continue until I, you know, go to the next level. I found grace for the first time. And grace to me is like, man, that's like something that I never had, or spirituality. But so I'm grateful to go through the experiences I had, because now that I have spirituality and grace, it's like, it's what's going to define me.
How powerful is that story? Just it gets you right here, doesn't it? I mean, from actually not volunteer, but think about it, from customer to volunteer to role model. And this person, you know, is also a vet, somebody who protects our freedoms, and they had to come to Nourish Phoenix to be able to get to where they want to at ASU. Now, that story is really powerful, but I want to take it up another notch. When I walked in today, someone goes, "Hey, Frank." And of course, I turned my head. But they weren't talking to me. They're actually calling for Frank Gracia. Everybody, if you can please stand up, give a big round of applause. I'm going to bring Frank up on the stage right now.
All right. Wow, I didn't know this was going to be about my experience, but I really don't need to look at a script to say what's happened. It's testimonial. I told Mary that you and your angels have been really priceless. I took ownership of my health. Several surgeries, like I said, looked like I lost a few pounds, but I do want to say it was the catalyst. It was the catalyst. Everywhere I went, I got told no. And I'm not blaming anyone. What I am doing is saying maybe that's part of the reasons why 31 veterans a day take their lives, because they're told no and they can't handle it. I just had another surgery for degenerative disc disease and a herniated disc, of course, probably attributed to Iraq. I take my health seriously, and I do want to say, Mary, you were the catalyst, and I'm always going to be indebted. I know I'm off script, but words can't describe the gratitude and the priceless resources that they brought. And to be fair, I don't blame anybody. I don't even blame myself, because I believe there's enough blame to go around for everyone to say, hey, you know, if we really wanted to impact our veterans, the 31 a day would be mitigated. So all I can say, Mary, is just hope you and your fundraisers know that in the world. And I bless you all for being here, taking the time to impact us that hit rock bottom. And most of us, we don't want to be here. The majority of us don't want to be here. There's nothing I could have done
differently, I don't think. I do take my health now seriously, and I do everything the doctors say. But I also put spirituality and health as intertwined. In fact, it says it in the Super Brain by the Harvard Medical School. But without you marrying your funders, I would be another statistic. And I just say thank you and God bless. Thank you.
You okay? You okay? Yeah. All right. I mean, do I need to say more? I mean, I see tears here in the room. I'm sure there's tears at home. But I mean, when you listen to our customers, the people that we serve, and you hear about the support that we provide, you know, you want to, as Frank just said, you want to be that catalyst to spark more stories like that. I mean, that's why we're here today. We're here to create more stories like Frank's. And there are literally thousands of stories like that. That was just the one that we showed you today. And, you know, it's our time to call all of you here for some support. Because I said catalyst. How many people here have ever cooked, been hungry? And you know, when you want to cook something up, right? Whether you've got gas or electric, you have to have that little catalyst, that little spark to ignite the flame so you're able to cook that food that you hunger for. So for us today here at Nourish Phoenix, we hunger for supporting more people. You heard that we've got $1 million budget. Wouldn't it be great if we had a $2 million budget? And we need you to help us with that. So with the support of some of our great partners here, you know, we're going to create more stories. And it's my privilege today to ask many of you to help us with a financial investment. So whether you're here today in person, whether you're at home online in your office watching, or you watch the replay, if you don't know, this replay stays up on the website for a year. So you can keep sharing this with people to let them know how they can help us out. But we're going to ask you to support us, and we're going to ask you to make a change. We like to call this our Change Challenge. And if you look on your sheets right now, we're going to have a little card there. It's a little donation card. For those of you at home, go ahead and pull it out. If you're going on the website, go on the website. Right now, I'm just completely talking because I just know how this mission is, and I get excited about it. But we're going to encourage you to be part of our circle of change. And if you've been inspired today, we're going to ask you to give generously. I mean, we're coming to the end of the year. Can you imagine how we can be a catalyst for change going into 2023? And, you know, we got to, you know, keep our operations going. We've got to, you know, take care of these needs here in our community. So I'm going to invite you to be a member of that Change Circle. Now, with that pledge card, and some people are looking at it right now taking pictures, you can start at the top of the card, and I'm going to kind of flip things around because I've got a mentor, and the mentor told me, you know what, Frank, every time you ask a question, you risk a yes. And if you look at the card right now, the top of it says Section 1, make a pledge. There's a low number up there. We're not going to start with the low number. We're going to flip it around and go with the high number. Let's go ahead and ask for a big number because somebody here or out there can say yes. And the first level that I'm going to talk about is the community support level. So if you can pledge $10,000, you or even your employer, go talk to them. Companies are giving back right now. But if you can pledge $10,000 for 5 years, we'll be able to provide direct support for over 750 people who are applying for federal assistance with Nourish Phoenix. So if you have that ability right now, go ahead and check off $10,000, become part of the Circle of Change. Now in the middle, number 2, our next level is neighborhood support. Now neighborhood support, that's going to be a $5,000 gift per year for 5 years. Okay? And this level provides 15,000 meals, and that's going to take care of over 34,000 individuals. Now for those of you today who can't check that box off, but you know somebody in your network who can help us out, I need you to become an advocate and share that with people you know who have the ability to go out there and help. And then we've got our final level. That's the one at the top of the card there, and that's our family support. This is a pledge of $1,000 each year for 5 years, which is approximately about $83 per month. We can't get away with $83 a week for groceries right now, can we? So it's $83 per month, and this gift is going to provide 3,000 meals for over 14,000 families. So how awesome would that be to say that you actually fed people in our community? Now, for those of you who are saying, Frank, you know what, I want to be a part of the Circle of Change, but I'm not sure what I can do. Any gift $1,000 or more for the next 5 years will put you in that Circle of Change. So $1,000 or more. But some of you are saying, hey, Frank, you know what? That's a little bit out of my range. Well, don't worry about that. We can still take care of you also. We were going to accept anything, as Beth said, whether it's $5, whether it's $1 million, that gift of transformation is going to change a life. So let me give you a couple of numbers or some ideas of what you could do. And remember, you can also do a recurring gift. So if you want to give $5 a month for the year, that's going to work also. But if you can make a $1,000 gift, that gives us the ability to provide toiletries for more than 100 families every month. $1,000 gift. Maybe you can give us a $500 gift. That provides food delivery for over 20 seniors each month. Maybe it's a number that works for you, like $250. That gift is the ability to purchase additional healthy produce. We said we were talking about buying all the healthy produce for at least 50 families. And then even something as small as a $100 gift. That's the opportunity to provide 4 food boxes for 4 families to feed them for 4 to 5 days with all the recipes that you saw this morning. Whatever level of support you can provide, we ask that you make your first payment on the pledge card today. You can drop those off here. If you're online, just go ahead and put the credit card in. You can go ahead and send a check. I've got Mary over here. She's like, you know what? There's an envelope on the table, everybody. See that big manila envelope on the table with the number on it? Drop your cards in there. At home, if you've got your pledge card, I'm going to challenge you right now. Fill out the pledge card. Don't show the number because we don't want to give away your credit card number, but turn the card around backwards, hold it up, take a selfie, share it on social media, let people know how you are giving and supporting us today. And then some of you are probably saying, Frank, can I do more? All morning we've been saying you can give your time, your talent, or your treasure. So what we're going to ask you to do is, if you'd like to do more, at the bottom of the pledge card, there's an area that says, please contact me. If you've got ideas on how we can raise more money, how we can transform more lives, if you'd like to volunteer, if you'd like to donate, go ahead and put that information on there and we'll make sure we have somebody contact you. Once you're done, like I said, put in the envelope. Once you're done at home, just click the send button, click done, and what you're going to do is you're going to know that you've transformed lives this morning. I also want you to be sure, for many of you, take a picture of that pledge card today if you're here or at home. Take it into your HR department, take it into your employee. Many employers will actually match your gift. So think about it. The gift you made today, you can actually double that gift just by talking to your employer. Remember, by asking the question, you risk a yes. At worst, they have your donation, but at best, you get to double that donation. So don't be afraid to ask. Remember, every dollar counts, and it impacts a life in a positive way. You remembered Frank's story? Let's create more of those. So on behalf of everyone here at Nourish Phoenix, including the thousands of families that we serve every year, we are sincerely grateful for you making time today to listen, to learn, and to contribute to our mission. My name is Frank Kitchen. On behalf of the Nourish Phoenix leadership, their employees, their volunteers, and their board, I want to thank you very much. And for everybody here, have a fantastic day. One more thing. I'm going to bring Beth up because we've got a little surprise here. Let's see what's going on. Come on up.
I just wanted to say,
I'm
and thank you, Frank. And you might not have caught, but Frank is applying to Harvard this year. And he's going to go on a tour, and we're so proud of him. So thank you for being here. And so to send you off on your day, next year is our 40th anniversary at Nourish Phoenix. So we're cooking up something special. Maybe a farm-to-table dinner with all the chefs you saw today. And this was their idea. So we'll see you next year, and thank you so much for coming. Oh, yeah.
Wait, don't go anywhere, anybody. Hold up, hold up.
We're going to get a picture. Hold on. We're going to get a selfie.
On the count of 3, everybody say Nourish Phoenix. 1, 2, 3.
Nourish Phoenix!
There we go, we got it. All right.